Hey guys, how you doing? Today's Thursday, October 20th. I'm back to posting my plays for week 7, my football selections. I have some locks for you guys. I know I've been away from the computer for the last couple weeks. I had some personal things going on, so I couldn't post up some plays for you guys, but I'm back, and I'm back with 100% of my time, 100% of my plays. Yesterday, if you follow me on Twitter, I bet every day on Twitter, I gave you guys St. Louis under. It went under 3-2. I cashed in on that selection yesterday. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on YouTube. I'm gonna be interacting with you guys all the time. I'm just trying to put out my selection, show you guys that I'm the real deal. My plays are gonna come through on Sunday. I have some locks for you guys. Let me start off with the New York Jets at home against San Diego in the Meadowlands. The line right now is at +1. 59% of the consensus on covers are on San Diego. To me, that's just a misleading the public, and the Jets are going to win this game. That's my number one lock of the day so far. Out of the 12, how many games is there? I'm not sure about. Out of all those games, the Jets are one of my strongest plays Sunday. The Jets, if you saw the last time they played, was against Miami on Monday night, and it was a sloppy game. They won 24-6. They have all the momentum in the world now. Rex Ryan is getting his troops together to come out and show that they could beat San Diego. They're going to play with a lot of confidence. LT is playing as running back for the Jets. The last time the Jets played against San Diego was in San Diego in the playoffs. When everybody thought San Diego was going to win that game against the Jets, they were favored 7.5, and they lost outright to the Jets. The score was 17-14. This year, you have to take the Jets. This is going to be a playoff game for the Jets at home in the Meadowlands. The crowd's going to be pumped up. No way San Diego in all angles. Check it out. Do your research. In all angles, San Diego is mismatched. On offense, they're going to be overpowered with the Jets' defense in all angles. You have the linebacking core is fast. They're going to be able to shut down Randy McMichael at the tight end position whenever Phillip Rivers wants to dump him down. They don't have Darren Sproles no more, as I spoke about last time. Vincent Jackson is his go-to receiver, and he's tall and big and athletic, and the Jets have the perfect cornerback to put on him, Cromar, even though he's a little banged up, but he's tall and athletic to stop Vincent Jackson. Darrelle Revis will lock up Malcolm Floyd. In all angles, the Jets are just the obvious play, and then Vegas releases the line for the Jets +1 just to confuse the public. The Jets are my play. That's my lock for Sunday. That's one of my locks. My second lock of the day is back-to-back. I'm giving you 2 locks. My second lock of the day is the Cleveland Browns at home against Seattle. Seattle has no Tarvaris Jackson, and we also saw Tarvaris Jackson how much confidence he was playing against the New York Giants. No huddle offense in the Meadowlands against the Giants' so-called good defense, exposing the New York Giants for what they are. They're not that good this year. He was going up the field on them without Justin Tuck applying pressure. He was going up the field on them, no huddle offense. But Tarvaris Jackson got hurt, guys, and he's Charlie Whitehurst is no Tarvaris Jackson. Even though he's pretty good, he's mobile quarterback. He's not going to be able to beat Cleveland in Cleveland. I had the Oakland Raiders to beat Cleveland this past week, and in the beginning of the game, I felt like the line was too good to be true. I know a lot of you guys felt like that New Oakland was going to win that game. Y'all felt the line was too good to be true, and Cleveland proved me a little bit. I was a little bit scared that game because Cleveland was looking good with McCoy. He was just doing 3-step drop backs and hitting his corner, hitting my receivers on the slants, and he was looking very confident, had me a little bit scared, especially when my quarterback went down. But guess what? This week, Cleveland at home, they're going to be great. With all that confidence I saw them last week against Seattle, the last 2 games, since their running back Hillis is a little hurt, they threw for 105 passes. I think this week they'll balance it out a little bit, and they're going to play a little bit smarter. Cleveland at home is a lock. You have to take the -3 at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, and another thing, Seattle Seahawks lost their number 1 cornerback, Marcus Trufant. So against a team that's been passing the ball a lot, Seattle lost their number 1 corner. They also lost their linebacker in the trade, Aaron Curry, to the Oakland Raiders. You have to take Cleveland. My third pick of the day, I love on Sunday is going to be the Detroit Lions at home against the Atlanta Falcons. This is the the story about one team that was expected to do good and another team that a lot of people didn't know about and was doing good. The Atlanta Falcons had high expectations this year, but a lot of experts saying they were going to go to the Super Bowl. And look, they're not doing it. They're not going to make it to the Super Bowl this year. Atlanta is not the real deal, but the Detroit Lions are the real deal, and they're coming off a loss. They're going to be an angry football team at home going against a weak offensive line that's been struggling all year to protect the quarterback, and Detroit is a team that gets pressure on the quarterback. And I think this week they're not going to play into the hands of the defense and don't be aggressive. I think Detroit's going to be aggressive against a weak defensive team and come out and exploit that, and Detroit's going to win big. Now let's move on because I don't want to take too much of you guys' time, so I'm just going to give y'all straight good bets this week. I'm going to show you guys that I'm coming back with a vengeance. We're going to win all these bets I put out there this week. And you know, my point of view, if you compare them to other experts that you guys are paying for, these picks and stuff like that, my point of view is not far. It got to be about the same point of view. I might have a different outcome, a different conclusion, but my point of view is going to be, got to be on the money because I've been watching the same thing they've been watching for 5 years, or they've been watching it for 25 years. It doesn't make no difference because it matters the last 5 years, 4 years of these teams. That's what really is relevant. And I've been watching it, and I've been watching it intensely, watching every game, putting my money on the line. And my next selection is going to be the Carolina Panthers at home. So far, I'm riding out with all the home teams. I'm not going to say this is a lock, but you have to put your money on the Carolina Panthers going against the Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins are going to play very motivated football, but Carolina Panthers been knocking on the door week in and week out. They've been playing their hearts out with Cam Newton, and they've been coming on the wrong side of the game. They've been losing. But this week, I think they'll beat Washington. Washington got slaughtered, even though the score was 20-13. If you guys saw what I saw, Washington didn't show nothing against the Eagles. The Eagles went in there and destroyed them, even though the score was only 20-13. From the outcome of the game, you knew you was losing your money if you had Washington against Philly. But Carolina at home, you have to take them this week. You have to. I'm not going to say that's a lock, but if you're going to put money on that game, you have to be on Carolina. My next selection is the Chicago Bears to beat Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay beat New Orleans. They're coming off a big they're going to be feeling good about themselves that they won that game. Ernest Graham was running very strong, very powerful, running and exposing the New Orleans weak run defense. But this week he's going to be running into a brick wall with Urlacher and Lance Briggs and these physical Chicago Bears defense. I think Chicago Bears is going to win the battle in the trenches. They're going to win this game. You have to take the Chicago Bears -1. Chicago Bears are going to crush the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Guys, listen to me this week. We're going to win. The Chicago Bears are going to crush Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. A lot of the public is going to think Tampa Bay is going to beat Chicago because they beat New Orleans, and it's not happening. We all know New Orleans is a better team than Chicago, but in this situation, in this time, Chicago Bears are the bet. Chicago Bears are going to go into Tampa Bay and beat Tampa Bay. My next selection is a lock. This is a lock right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lock. The Miami Dolphins are going to crush the Denver Broncos at home for a lot of reasons. One reason I like this bet is because the Denver Broncos just released and traded their best wide receiver. That's a sign that they're giving up this year. They got rid of Brandon Lloyd. That was their go-to wide receiver this year. Why would you make them? Why would you do that if you want to win this year? Miami Dolphins are going to be playing motivated football. They don't want to be the same. They want to prove to the public and prove to you guys that they're not the same team that went 0-16 and such a bad team. They're going to win. They're 0-5 this year. They're going to win at home. This is the time that they got to win. They're going to win. You got to lay the -1. And 63% of the people on covers are actually playing the Denver Broncos. Because of Tim Tebow, you think he's going to go into Miami and beat them? You got to be kidding me. You got to be a retard. You can't be serious. Miami's a lock. I'm taking Miami big on Sunday. Miami Dolphins is my play of the day against the Denver Broncos. My next selection is going to be I'm skipping the Houston and Tennessee game. I like Houston on a teaser, buying 6 points, getting 9.5 because of their run game. But I'm staying away from that game. I can't predict them all. So let's move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Arizona Cardinals. I love the Pittsburgh Steelers this week against the Arizona Cardinals. I told you guys, I hope you guys ain't fall for the trap. Pittsburgh was at home against Jacksonville laying 13. I told you guys in my other video, do not take Pittsburgh Steelers laying a lot of points because they're a grinded out team that runs the ball and they do not keep on adding on points at the end of the game. They run the ball, they waste the clock, and I hope you guys didn't lay the points against Jacksonville. But this week against Arizona, the team that they played in the Super Bowl with, they're going to come out and destroy the Arizona Cardinals. In this situation, they might just keep adding on the points just to show you, just to confuse the bettors, but for the future. But Pittsburgh is going to destroy Arizona. They have nothing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know what they made this line so low for as a gift, but you could buy 1 point. Because at the end of the day, I know you guys don't like buying points, but you have to be smart in this game because sometimes the most ridiculous things happen. Just take Pittsburgh to win by 2.5. It's a gift. That's money in the bank. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat Arizona this Sunday. My next selection, I feel, is a great play. Is the Oakland Raiders at home against Kansas City. Oakland Raiders are going to win this game big against Kansas City with Carson Palmer gonna make his debut. He's from California, playing for the black and silver. They're gonna be going crazy at home for Carson Palmer. He's much better than Jason Campbell, even though he doesn't know the offense. He's a veteran quarterback. He's gonna be feeling comfortable out there with his talented wide receiver core, with Haywood Bay, with Jacoby Ford, with McFadden as his running back. I think Oakland's going to make it far this year with this quarterback and this team, unless he gets hurt. But if he doesn't get hurt and he stays healthy, they're going to go far this year. Oakland is a team to be reckoned with this year. And going against Kansas City, are you serious, Vegas? Are you serious? You're going to make this line 4.5? Are you serious? Oakland, lay the points. They're going to win this game big. They're going to win this game. My next selection is the Green Bay Packers at Minnesota. That game, it's obvious you have to take Green Bay, but they're -9 against Minnesota. I like Green Bay buying a couple points down, but that's not a lock to me. I like Green Bay to win, but Minnesota, I don't know. This is just a game that doesn't interest me as well. There's so many other games that are locks to me, such as the game that I just talked about, Oakland Raiders, and so far. I'm not gonna play the Green Bay game. You know, you guys could take them. Green Bay would be if I had to put money on this game with a gun in my head, I'll take Green Bay Packers buying a couple of points, and that'll be a good bet for me. My next selection is going to be the Dallas Cowboys to crush St. Louis. Dallas Cowboys are the real deal. Don't get it twisted because their record is 2-3. They are the real deal. This has been one of my teams. I liked it for the last couple years, and I've been rooting for them. That's America's team. St. Louis is 0-5. They are not going to go into Dallas and keep this game close. Dallas is going to go in there and crush this team and make a statement that they are the real deal. Like if they're playing for the BCS standings or something like this. I see this game being a blowout. Later 13 points. Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game big. The last game of the night at 8 o'clock at night, Eastern time, is going to be the Indianapolis Colts against the New Orleans Saints. And, you know, guys, I might make a late video on Sunday or Saturday and discuss about this game after I do a little more research. But, you know, it's obvious New Orleans is going to win the game, you know, by 14 points. That's a lot of points. I just didn't like how New Orleans played against Tampa Bay. You know, they're great. They obviously better than Tampa Bay, but they just couldn't win the game. I don't know for what reason. They didn't want to play aggressive in the beginning of the game to destroy the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it's the play calling, and they lost their coach in the middle of the game. I'm just going to stay away from that game. There's a lot of locks, a lot of money to be made on Sunday. You guys can follow me on Twitter. Thanks for all the positive messages telling me to get back on and show these videos. And shout out to Luciano Panama. You're a good cap. You know, keep emailing me and follow me on Twitter. Follow me on. I also made on tinychat.com/IBetEveryday. You guys could go there and go on video and just discuss the plays for Sunday. If you guys want to do that, any of my followers, I'll be on there discussing some plays. You guys could catch me on tinychat/IBetEveryday. That's a chat room that you guys could go on and talk about the plays and go on camera and discuss the plays with your fellow gamblers and stuff like that. So I created that. Also, Twitter.com/IBetEveryday. Follow me on there, and also subscribe to my videos on here. And I'm gonna be on here all the time, man, talking to you guys. I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'm also gonna post up my plays on Saturday for college football. I'm gonna do that tomorrow or later on today. And I got some good plays for you guys for Saturday. And just keep following me, man. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm trying to show you guys that I'm the truth in this sports gambling thing. And shout out to all my followers, and keep doing your thing, and let's make this money. Let's rake the bookie, man. Alright, see you guys next time.